it's Christina of CraftyPaws. I wanted to come on and do a quick card share. I made a handful of cards this past week, but I really didn't have time to do videos on all of them, so I thought I would do a little collective card share video now. So this first card is really clean and simple, and it was basically inspired by this super cute Avery Elle stamp set that's called Berry Sweet Wishes. And I thought it was so cute. I love how the bears are center facing, left and right facing. And so I did a little rainbow of gummy bears, stamped out one of the sentiments, and then added a few enamel dot hearts that were red and glittery. And I doodled on some little dots with my Clear Star Jelly Roll pen and also added some dots with some silver stickles. If you're interested in any of the Copic colors that I used on this or any of the other cards that I'm sharing in this video, please check out the accompanying blog post, which I'll link to in the description box below. The second card was one that was inspired by an MFT challenge. They have been having a couple of series of Camp Create challenges, and this one was for making a background using little tiny stamps that you would normally pretty much ignore, at least I do, in stamp sets. So when they said try making a background, I thought, well, what kind of stamps do I have the most of? Doggy stamps. So I used the Gerder Steiner Designs Howl Are You, Howl, and I used the newspaper, the little sausage, and the bone. I used the Lawn Fawn Critters in the Dog Park, and from this one I used, I think, a paw print, the tennis ball. I used the MFT You Have My Heart, and from this I used the key with the dog bone shape in the head, 3 paw prints, and both of the bones. And from the MFT stamp set You Make My Tail Wag, I used more paw prints, the fire hydrants, and the dog bowl. Oh, and the stick, the fetching stick. So I stamped those out kind of in an irregular pattern, colored them up really simply with Copic markers, and I added a little strip of washi covered black and white striped tape, and then a little strip of black cardstock. I stamped out this You're Positively Awesome stamp from the MFT stamp set. Yes, it's this one. Heat embossed that on black cardstock, popped it up on double-sided foam adhesive, added a couple of little enamel dots on either side. Again, doodled on using my Clear Star Jelly Roll pen, some little dots just to add a little extra something something, filling in the background a little bit. And that's that card, really clean and simple, and I had fun doing it. It was really fun and easy. And then lastly, I made this card, and this is going to my dear friend Bev, who's new crafter Bev. And recently I picked up from her D-stash a whole bunch of greeting farm stamps she was D-stashing. She's decided not to continue coloring image stamps. So I picked up all of those, and she threw in this little extra Lacy Sunshine stamp. It's called Willow's Butterfly Friend, and isn't that so sweet? I've really never colored up a Lacy Sunshine stamp, and it was really fun to do because of her big, big doe eye. So I did some different Copic coloring. I put in those little lines, you know, when you look in someone's eye, sometimes you can see the little stripes in their eyes. I added some little highlights with a white Jelly Roll pen. And other than that, I just colored it up like I normally would with Copic colors. I added this thanks banner. I didn't want to cover up the image, so I used vellum to do this banner. I die cut this thanks out from a Diversions die. And then for the background, I used craft cardstock and used this Lawn Fawn wood grain backdrops stamp, and I clear embossed that. So if you could feel it in life, you would feel that there was texture there from the wood grain. I used some scraps of burlap paper to make this little banner, and then I have this little tiny strip of pattern paper. I think it's from a My Mind's Eye Moments stack. And it seemed to go perfectly with the colors that I had used to color her up. And then after I colored up the image, I used a Simon Says Stamp stitched squares die, the largest one there. Just made it around the image. I inked the edges with Tim Holtz Distress ink in tea dye. And that's it. This card will be headed out to Bev as a thank you card for being so sweet as to send along this extra adorable stamp in her D-Stash package. So that's it for me. I hope you guys are having a wonderful crafty day. Thanks for watching.